What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tractor City. I'm Ashton Pierce. Today we have an XJ2025H by LS Tractors. We're going to do a run around on the backhoe for that model. That backhoe model is going to be the LB1104. And this is a 25 horsepower tractor. Cool thing about this backhoe, it's kind of like the larger frame backhoes of our old models. It has a huge subframe that goes from the back all the way to the front of the tractor, and I'm going to kind of give you a view of that, and then I'm going to run through the backhoe and just show you all the handles and different locks and things like that. Okay, so starting out, this model going to be 2 seats, so the tractor has its own seat, the backhoe is going to come with its own seat. So there's your first difference, maybe compare it to like a 225S or like an MT1 series that has only the 1 seat. So that being said, because there's an extra seat, you can tell the backhoe kind of sits off a little bit. Your MT1 series or that 225S, the backhoe's gonna be a lot tighter, right? Because the seat's actually gonna spin. So just give you an idea there. And then the subframe I'm talking about, when we build these backhoes, the backhoe gets mounted to this subframe down here at the bottom. And you can see the back part of it here. And then Jimmy, if you slide across here, you'll see the rest of it coming through. Obviously coming from the back, it comes all the way to the front. And what we do, if you want to stay right there, there's this mount here. We actually add to the tractor. There's another mount just like that in the back we also add. Those stay to your tractor forever once you purchase the backhoe. And then this subframe is mounted to the backhoe. That becomes one piece. And that's what comes off and on. So they call this a quick attach. Reason being is there's only 2 pins that you pull out to actually release it from the tractor. And if you go back up to the front again, right where I was pointing that frame we put on, there's a little pin here. And on the back side of it has a lynch clip. There's the lynch clip there. And then that pin slides right out. So there's one on this side, there's one on the opposite side. Essentially, when these pins are free, the backhoe's free from the tractor. All right, so now let's go to the other side. Same deal, right? Just another pin on the opposite side. So it also has the lynch clip in the back, and then you slide the pin out. Backhoe's gonna be free. Just because we're talking about the subframe and those pins, I'm gonna kind of give you the idea of how it comes off. Once you pull those pins out, all you're really going to do is drop down the downriggers, or these booms right here, on both sides, and these are what's going to balance the backhoe and kind of hold the weight of the backhoe when you're doing your work. But also when you're taking it off, it's like a 3-point stance. So you drop the 2 legs, you'll drop your bucket to the floor, so then you get that 3-point stance. Once you have the 3-point stance, you have the base, the 2 pins are pulled out. Now you can essentially pull the tractor away from the backhoe. Once you get enough distance and you're out clearing all those, in other words, the mounts that we have there, the little grooves, you can kind of see here, it's sitting up on that pin. Once it clears that pin, what they did is they made these hydraulic lines here extra long so you can have that distance. Once you're cleared from the frame, you turn the tractor off and you have quick couplers. This is a pin up for when you're putting the tractor back to normal. Here's the quick coupler right here that goes back to the drop tank, and here's your power. So they both have quick, if you go on top of here, Jim, you can kind of see right here, see this quick connector? So we have 2 of those on here. Slide the sleeve back, pops right off. You're free. Same deal, you put it back on, you're just gonna put those 2 quick couplers back on and the 2 pins up front. So that's essentially how it goes off and on. The tractor itself has some locks on it for safety. The boom on itself has a lock here, and they have a little spring on it, so it just pops off just like that. And then for safety, you put her back on. Same thing on the other side. It's got a lock here for that side. And then the main boom itself also has a lock here. And this guy's controlled on the other side. You'll notice there's a handle that lifts that guy up and locks it into place. And then the last lock is going to be right here. You're going to notice there's a little pinhole here. Well, they have this little bar that sits on the side. and it slides right in there, just like that. Okay. This backhoe currently right now has a 9-inch bucket. You can obviously put a larger bucket on it, like a 12-inch. Just know, smaller the bucket is, probably the better for digging force. Coming to the seat, like I said, it's 2 seats, so the backhoe has its own seat, so you got a bunch of space here for you. These 2 levers, the smaller ones in the middle, are going to control the downriggers or the booms on the left and right side. And then this is obviously going to be your backhoe control, so you can tilt your bucket forward and back, boom back and forth, or the swivel. Okay, so there's pretty much the basics of your backhoe, the LB1104. This one's made for the XJ2025H. Once again, 25 horsepower tractor. It's going to be kind of like the mid-size. So you go the 25 horse on the MT1 series. This will be your next frame up. And then we also have one more frame larger in a 25 horse. So I call this that mid 25 horse frame, okay? XJ2025H with the LB1104 backhoe.